Okay, so thanks for tuning in. Okay, so for those of you that have been following along, this is a revision or a modification that I'm going to make to the speaker application on this Jeep 40. So for those of you who are just tuning in, I missed the previous episode. I installed this factory A-frame metal speaker mount and I sealed it and mounted two TCS 28mm speakers facing inwards in an airtight enclosure, and it mounts on fine and it actually sounds pretty good. But the problem is I just took for granted my measurements. I never factored in the depth of these magnets, and so I can't get the long hood over top. These things happen. So I was faced with a dilemma: either peel these speakers, which I really don't want to do, and based on a good suggestion by someone that commented in the previous episode, said, why don't you just reverse the speakers and face them out? And that's a great idea. I never even thought of that, but I didn't plan on doing that because I want to try this. Like, this will drop into my Dash 8, which I believe is a little bit wider because I know I have a dual mount that's similar to this, and I want to, but they're not sealed. It's not a sealed enclosure, so I want to test it on my Dash 8. And then furthermore, if I face them out, I got to machine or drill another hole in here, so that means, you know, metal particles, and I just don't want to wrestle with this right now. And I want to try it in my other locomotive, right? So it's a good idea, but I have another plan. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a new speaker enclosure, a rectangular box and it looks like this. Okay, and I just cut it out of 60 thou sheet. I cut two strips, 15 mil. Actually, this should be 15 by 3 millimeter. I'll explain to you why. And then another one by 17 mil out of 60 thou. And then you also need a small piece of number 248 quarter round 60 thou if you're going to do it this way. And I basically just build a box, right? Just a simple rectangular box at 54 millimeters long. And then these quarter round rims get glued in place so the speaker sits down inside and the solder tabs just sit a hair above the top. And then you can cut off a bit at the end when you want to push a cap and another 15 like strip cap. Very, very simple speaker enclosure box to build. Okay. And then as you can see, there's 4 speakers here, right? So I'm going to run 4 speakers, 2 in parallel. So parallel, and then these 2 parallel blocks in series, which brings me from 8 ohms to 4 when I mount 2 in parallel, and then back to 8 ohms when I wire them both in series, which the decoder is completely happy with. Okay, and each one's 0.7 watts. So whatever the math is on that, the decoder can handle it, and I'll just set the decoder just to be safe first at 50%. Okay, so then this just drops in nice too. I'm really happy with the way this worked out. Like earlier on I mentioned about putting a single speaker box. You can do this with the factory enclosure that the ESU number 50321 comes with. You can do this as well and then mount one up here too, right? If you want to go that way. And just as a revisit, I would encourage to use this speaker enclosure for those that are considering this install, but just face these speakers out. These sound really good facing out. I think they're designed that way anyway because the reverb and bass, they recommend keep this shell sealed, and this acts as a kind of a echo chamber when they're facing out. That way you won't run into the clearance issues that I did when I overlooked that. Let me just zoom in a bit there for you. See here, I forgot to factor in this on both sides. So anyway, so I'm going to revisit that at another date. And so now we have this application, which turned out pretty good. And then this slides down in, and you can see I just added some right angle here and pack this out a little bit so it's a nice tight fit there, and then I'll just use a bit of canopy glue there and then a spot of canopy glue there, and it's really, really solid. So now, just in closing, I want to also mention that what I did with this, I want to apply the same principle as I did on the MP15, because in my experience MP15 sounds the best, right? And it only has 2 of these. But it's open, the fan housing is open on the top. So what I did was I just nibbled off, there's 4 little rivets in here, plastic rivets. And I just nibbled them off with a pair of nippers, and the whole plate pops out and the fans pop out. So now it's open, right? See? And so now this fits down really nice, perfectly the way it should. And there's a little bit of clearance for the wires for the rear LED and the wiring on the speaker. There's about just to the top of that fan under there. So there's like 2.5, 3 millimeters under there. Actually, probably more. But yeah, with the fan cavity, there's quite a bit more. Can you see inside there? They're sitting in there, see? So I'm hoping that with the 4 speaker combination and this echo chamber and the venting, that the sound's going to be about as good as it gets for a GP40-2. Okay? And I'll give you an update on the sound as soon as I get that wired up and ready for a test run. Okay, so I hope you have a great day. Thanks for tuning in, and all the best.